we're coming back in on Tony's bombshell that Harry Styles is the best gig he's ever seen in his life.
I saw them on some TV. I can't remember. It might have been a Howard Stern show or something. But it was Harry Styles and his band, and his band is led by the drummer. He's a girl drummer.
Yeah.
Who's phenomenally good.
Yeah, yeah.
And they did a version of Sledgehammer. You know,
Oh yeah.
Sledgehammer. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing cover version. Yeah, really
I've
good.
seen some things where they're playing like an acoustic. There's that tiny bookshop kind of thing they're playing there, just acoustic, and yeah, they're really good. That drummer's amazing. The thing about that I mean, I went because my daughters were going with Ma, my ex, and her friend.
Yeah.
Her friend was sick, and there was a spare ticket going. I was like, okay, yeah. And I sort of went along expecting to sort of like, you know, laugh at my girls crying and geek out on the musicianship and see who's using clicks and stuff like that. But and we were relatively close to the stage, sort of up and stuff. But the thing was, it was like this sea of goodwill, you know, in all this shit that goes on, and it was just completely inclusive. People dressed up as fruit and stuff like that. And I just this kind of I mean, this atmosphere of good. And he came on, but he sort of sponsored that, and it was kind of British depreciating humour, but so it wasn't like some kind of arsehole. But he seemed to sponsor that. I don't know, and that's not necessarily musically. Musically it was good, and some of the songs I liked because I'd heard them over and over again from the girls. But what that event created is why I say. I mean, I've never been to a concert or any experience like that. This feeling was amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
You do get that in gigs, don't you? There's a common goal, isn't there? Everyone's there to enjoy themselves. Even comedy gigs, everyone wants to laugh. You know, no one's there to cry or be angry or have a fight with someone.
Have a fight.
They're all there to enjoy themselves, and that is a really good thing about gigs and concerts. If you had here's a question for you. If you had the choice, would you play to 50, 300, 1,000 or 20,000 people? What would your preference be? Assuming that we're as tight as a Nat's Chuff band, and we're not going to fuck up on any of those categories.
I think it'd be absolutely amazing to play to one of those big, you know, like you get those kind of Rio de Janeiro 250,000 people on a beach kind of thing. It must just be an amazing experience to look out on that sea of people. But in terms of the actual, most bands say they actually prefer playing a smaller, you know, like a 400 or 500 capacity venue, where you can actually kind of see individual people in the audience and, you know, kind of read the room a lot better. So I think that's probably, you know, something like Wedgwood Rooms, or maybe a little bit bigger.
That turned us down.
I think that's kind of the sweet spot, isn't it? I mean, playing to 12 people in a pub is.
That's
definitely. We're scrubbing that one out. That goes out.
But 50 people is. I mean, if we played at Hillier-Gabble, that would be hopefully 50 people, and that would be a nice feeling. I mean, when I play with Ian, we often play to, you know, easily more than 100 people, and in sort of like quite packed spaces, and the buzz is fucking amazing.
I think that's the sweet spot. 100 to 300 or 400. Wedgwood Rooms is, I think, the actual the main room, the big hall there. I think that was about 400 or 500 people, and that buzzes. When it's full, there's some great gigs. That's really cool. So I think that's what. If we ever, although we're in our mid-50s now, if we ever start touring.
Sorry, I do remember, you know, from when we played at the Wedgwood Room, particularly as a drummer, it's hugely satisfying going through a massive PA system. You know, you kind of hit the bass drum, the whole room kind of thumps.
Seismic wave goes through the hall.
It is a pretty awesome power up.
There's one time I was playing bass with a neighbour's brother. I think it was band? It was probably the 3-piece band. And yeah, we were sound checking in a big, it was a field, you know, a festival outdoors, because there's like festivals every week here. But yeah, I remember sound checking the bass, and I felt like fucking Thor. You know, it's like echoes through the valleys. It's an amazing feeling. Best gig ever?
What that I've actually watched, or what I've played in? Watched. I think U2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
U2 was a spectacle.
Yeah.
An absolute spectacle, and that was in Cape Town Stadium.
All right.
Which tour was that?
That was the 360 tour, I think it was, the one with the big spider stage
Wow.
set, and all the cameramen or the lighting guys were like lifted up in gantries over the top of the stage, and the stage revolved round.
Okay. Oh, wow.
That's why it's called the 360 tour.
Yeah.
And then, it was just a spectacle of, I just never seen anything like it since.
Yeah.
Not that I've been to many stadium venues, but that was amazing. I think for small bands, I mean, I've got fond memories of watching Dodgy at the Joiners, the Bolshoi at the Wedge at Portsmouth University.
Yeah.
I thought, because I was, I don't know, 18, 19.
Yeah.
Stripped to my waist, like howling at them. Yeah, it was. It was that kind of gig, you know.
But it's strange. It's a combination of other. The band have got to be good, but you've got to kind of know the band.
You've got to know every single
material.
song.
You've got to know. As soon as they start the song, it's like, well, it's this one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And just shouting along to the choruses and stuff.
Yeah.
I always go back to. Supergrass at the South Parade Pier on their first tour.
Right.
They opened up with playing Going Out, which was like their new single. I don't think it had been even released, so they were just basically playing their first album. But it was I know it was summer, and afterwards they probably played about 50 minutes, and everyone was an absolute sweaty mess afterwards with look on their faces like, what the fuck was that? And it was just was this kind of roller coaster.
Yeah.
3 guys, but fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's probably the best rock and roll gig I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a shame they seem to get old really quickly. They're playing here actually. Anada's doing work at a festival called Vida, which is sort of down the coast a bit, and Supergrass are playing, so the girls are going.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm able to go or not.
There's a lot of talking about bands and reunions and.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at that Viz, when you show you that Viz, it's like I'll pick the Viz out from 1992.
Yeah.
It's got ABC and like Human League and all those. They're all reformed.
Yeah. Because that's the only way to make any money.
Is it really that cynical? Yeah, it has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think that the guys in the late 80s, early 90s, they probably, it's been 40 odd years since they've earned, they're probably drip feeding with PRS or whatever it is.
But they probably made more money.
But as long as they made a lot in the previous decades and invested it wisely, then there's no need for them to go out on the road.
But okay, so why do you think they do? What percentage? You're good at percentages. What percentage of people need the money, and which percentage of people don't need the money out of all those late 80s and early 90s bands?
Well, I think again with the split of the revenues, I think if they were bands that were a bunch of mates, but only one of them has been receiving an income from the songwriting royalties, then the other 4 or 5 members of the band could probably do with a shot in the arm financially.
Also, I mean,
and people of our age or a bit older, they're probably thinking, how much longer? How much longer have I got? I'm not going to be able to do this in 5 years.
Yeah,
10
exactly.
Years. It's like a last chance to live, isn't it? To go out on the road.
My boss at work went to see Kylie Minogue yesterday. 2 days ago.
Okay. Yeah.
She's 50. I think she's a year older than me. 57.
Yeah.
Something like that. My boss is 58.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, why are you going to see Kylie Minogue?
Yeah.
He's obviously taking his wife because she likes him.
Yeah.
She likes her. But and I'm thinking, well, Kylie, Did she really want to do that? Why is she doing that?
Yeah,
She could gracefully retire, live on a beach in Malibu the rest of her life.
That's a good question. I mean,
why do you do
in that position? I don't know. I mean, maybe the claim and the fuel.
Is it the buzz? The buzz of it? Is it the adrenaline keeps it going?
I don't know. I mean, we won't be in that situation, but it's
it must be quite addictive to get up on stage and have 100,000 people screaming their heads up for you. You know, it must. In terms of kind of validation, it's like, that's why.
Maybe
is it validation? Do you think it's validation? She doesn't need validation. She's got.
I think
thousands of
picking
millions
up a huge
of records
paycheck at the end of each day probably helps as well.
So it's for the money then.
No, I think
she doesn't need
it's a combination of both. Yeah,
but there's I mean, even this like smaller bands that reformed. I mean, they're not doing it for the money, I suppose. But I don't know. I mean,
it's like the Sex Pistols have just toured with Frank Carter on vocals.
Was it? I know that someone was doing vocals. I know it was right. I don't know.
The end of that now.